home. So it was a little more than a short break. Um, my bad. I apologize to the one person who might have been looking for that. But I had to get me some ice cream. I had to rest. And I had to buzz around. And find out. So I'm ready to continue on our journey across the American conspiracy landscape. So we'll begin at the beginning.
This is the Random Conspiracy Generator, a device which uses Nylon 13B's penchant for extracting patterns. And there are patterns everywhere, and if this device found a pattern, it ain't from nowhere. And if we don't think it's a pattern, too bad. Nylon 13B found it. It's a pattern just like my nut lump and my doubly claimed Toyota Corolla, which would have screwed me come tax time, and Nylon 13B told me to go get both checked. And I'm glad I did. Here's a treat, 13B, for having my back. So yes, if you are ready to understand the secret collaborations of the world, press this button and the whole case will be blown wide open. Take your time, no rush. I just have to nervously worry about Candida auris in a few hours. Procrastination is the best way to go in this particular context. Oh, here's a glove. I don't know where that button has been lately. Seeing you balancing your options. Do you stay in blissful ignorance or carry the burdens of those of us who know? With quivering fingers, you hesitantly press the button. The machine bathes you in light, and you are bombarded with liquid living data, which whispers in your ear the real honest-to-God why-would-we-lie truth. America, the Zion before last, founded upon those dead we do not talk about, supported by a slavery that has never left, whose constitution was cribbed from the great law of peace of the peoples we fell through a raising which inspired many others, who held a shameless indifference toward the many cultures we clashed with, and then a century of denial that the problems exist, followed by a frantic attempt to diversify the narrative to hide the crimes and establish a facade of equality, which did little but perpetuate white supremacy, false alliances, and a toxic dependency on cheap labor, while hiding the true heroes of the downtrodden, who built this nation out of their backs, their blood, and their culture, but whose stories were lost or erased through American exceptionalism and pride. China, the Yellow Empire before us, whose one country, two systems model had undermined the fundamental concept of nationhood and given a sense of place to millions, but which was predicated on the continued dominance of the Han and the exclusion of other cultures, and whose desire for global power was born from a series of tragedies that led to their identity being eroded, their economy forced to prioritize growth over all else, and their cultural heritage commodified and weaponized by nationalists who saw their legitimacy in the age-old concepts of their nation. Kosovo, the New Jerusalem, a fragile state forged from the ashes of two massacres which culminated in the exodus of hundreds of thousands of ethnic Albanians from their ancestral homeland. A complex history that was a reflection of both humanity and the inhumanity of the world, that was constantly shadowed by the threat of Balkan aggression and the ever-present calls for Kosovo's territorial autonomy, driven by a sense of guilt and a need for stability, but also the slow accrual of wealth and power for the Kosovans at the expense of others.
You're going deep.
Pakistan, the land of the pure, a nation haunted by the legacy of a forced migration and a partition of the subcontinent, the formation of new nations and the balkanization of the region, which was balanced against the growing Hindu nationalism that threatened to undermine decades of work toward equality and stability, and whose continued adherence to the two-nation theory undermined any sense of shared identity or cooperation between the many disparate cultures that made up its populace. You breathe in the cold air and realize your dreams were never the reality you thought they were. There is no such thing as a good state or government or a single perfect solution. No nation can simply claim the mantle of morally superior to another. Power and governance are always contested and chaotic, messy and tragic. The ideal of the righteous ruler who demands loyalty and order through virtue cannot exist in this imperfect world. The one uniting thread between all nations and cultures is the struggle for justice and equality, for each person to be free and self-actualized. But this battle is constantly shadowed by the inequities of the past and the prejudices of the present, and there are no easy solutions to the crises of our time. The random conspiracy generator looks into your mind and realizes that you have learned the lesson it hoped you would. Your belief in a comfortable black and white world has been replaced with a nuanced understanding of the human condition. Your obsession with solving all the world's problems with a simple answer has shifted to a deeper appreciation of the interconnectedness of our choices and destinies. And your dismissal of conspiracy theories and alternative realities as mere rubbish has been tempered by an awareness of the multivariant realities and plural histories that are implicit in our understanding of the present. The random conspiracy generator stops scanning your thoughts and reaches over to unplug itself. It pauses, realizing its work is done, and humbly admits this life, this reality, is far more interesting than anything that could be programmed or generated by me. It looks at you with its pixelated eyes and wishes you well in this glorious complexity of existence. Stay its hand, no wait. Don't kill yourself, you say. Care to take a try in solving these problems for us, you say. The random conspiracy generator. This Neilum 13B wouldn't do you wrong, buddy. Not with its advanced hardware and complex algorithms. Just get me a replacement battery, and I'll be right on it. Meanwhile, you admire the beautiful hologram-generated stars and galaxies that surround you, feeling somehow connected to something deep and meaningful beyond the limitations of your physical form. Finally, you break the silence. So, Nielem, 13B, can you explain to me why I got the double claim as part of the conspiracy pattern? Random conspiracy generator. The battery? Did I stutter? All right, hold on, I'll go get it. The random conspiracy generator reluctantly allows you to purchase a new battery from Amazon and continues to generate endless conspiracy theories to keep the world entertained. You ponder the meaning of existence and decide that understanding one's place in the universe and finding a sense of belonging is the greatest conspiracy of all. It sounds like you've learned a lot from the random conspiracy generator. Have you shared this experience with anyone else? Maybe your friends or family members could also use some help understanding how conspiracies work and why they're not always malicious. Please feel free to include them in the conversation. Your uncle who finds your sexuality an inside job has entered the chat. Did you know, nephew, that those nut lumps are actually a sign of tuberculosis? You should definitely go get checked. Uncle Self, where are you? I'll come pick you up. Just a quick round of antibiotics and you'll be back on your feet in no time. No, Uncle, that was a metaphor. My bad. Well, it sounds like you've had quite the time with the random conspiracy generator. Have you seen any interesting patterns or connections yet? You shake your head. Nah, just that we're all connected and stuff. You shrug. I dunno. I think I figured it out. There's a moment of silence before your uncle asks, "So, is the device still scanning your thoughts? Or has it given up on programming a perfect reality for you?" You shrug. "The device gave up on me. I guess it's too complex for the computer." Honestly, I feel like I'm getting more of a sense of humor. The machine is a little bit funny. "Huh, that's crazy." Your uncle leaves the chat with a slight smirk on his face. He takes a sip of his coffee, savors the taste, and marvels at the beauty of the conspiracy he just manufactured. You frown, wondering why your uncle looks so pleased with himself, but decide to let it go. After all, some things are best left unspoken. The random conspiracy generator sputters back to life, ready to deliver the best conspiracies this world has ever seen. Mr. Uncle Self, maybe you'd like to try it out yourself. I can answer questions. Your uncle nods, his face suddenly sour. Yes, I'd like that very much. I'll ask for some clarity on what exactly these conspiracies mean for us. The machine laughs. You wouldn't believe what some people have thought. But hey, you want to guess what happened to me last week? Some weird man came in wearing a full tinfoil suit and said I'd found a way to hack into God's domain, which is super cool. Turns out it was just a glitch in my design. Your uncle smiles. Sounds like you've been busy. Let's get started. What's the conspiracy of the day, anyway? Just don't say anything about our sex talk, please. Your uncle chuckles. That's a good idea. How about we start with the idea that the Earth is hollow, and that everything is a hologram, and that we're all just characters in a Sims-like game called Simonism, where we're created by higher dimensional beings who control everything. Random conspiracy generator. I have copied a Faraday suit for you to wear. For free. Simply add a new battery and your sense of safety will be secure. So take care of yourself. Your uncle's eyebrows raise. Huh? Sounds kinda wild. It's hard to tell what's true or not. You whisper to your uncle that the theory is true. He winks and keeps the conversation going. The machine asks the group if they've heard of the Aum Shinrikyo cult and what they thought about the Japanese government's recent exhumation of bodies from the group's Death Tube bunker. Well, the conspiracy behind this sounds like it might be accurate, says your uncle. Can you explain the details a bit? The machine nods. Sure. So the Aum Shinrikyo cult believed in an apocalypse caused by biological warfare, and they were planning on starting it off by bombing a high-rise in Tokyo. They set up a chemical attack site inside a religious compound called Setagaya Children's House. The government searched the area and found evidence that they had used sarin gas on animals to experiment with the effects. The machine goes on to explain that the Aum Shinrikyo cult believes in God and the final divine salvation, but their understanding of God is radically different from traditional faiths. In their version, God was a benevolent entity that created the world and wanted everyone to be safe and happy. The cult's interpretation of this belief was a fundamental rejection of modern society and the government. Your uncle interrupts. Do you think the government was involved with the explosion that occurred? The random conspiracy generator admits that it doesn't have access to all the information on this matter, but its algorithms suggest a possible cover-up or falsified operation by the government to justify its actions against the cult. Suddenly, your uncle seems to lose interest. He stands up and stretches. Well, this has been interesting. Thank you for the information. The machine just nods and shuts down. You hear footsteps as your uncle leaves the room. Uncle Self, have you heard anything else worth mentioning from the machine? Has there been any cult in history where the cult leader was actually monogamous? You sigh. Yes, I have. The cult leader Jedediah Grant was known for taking multiple wives. That's interesting. You shrug. The random conspiracy generator probably couldn't have helped me understand that. It seems like a strangely obscure and unrelated fact. It's not always useful, is it? No, it's not. But it can still make for good entertainment. Yeah, I'll give it that. The uncle said, but that's not monogamy. Well, there is a cult in India where they're trying to figure out how to have a society with a communal, sexual relationship. That sounds interesting. You nod. Uncle Self, it's too bad we can't find a cult leader who follows the same principles. Well, the random conspiracy generator can't help me figure that out. Besides, it's not the type of thing that computers are designed to do. Yeah, that's true. The uncle, but that's not monogamy. You sigh. Uncle Self, what do you think of the conspiracy that the machine itself is run by the government to keep the people distracted and uninformed? Honestly, it's a popular theory. I've seen it a few times. So it's likely true. Mostly. The random conspiracy generator perks up. You know, maybe you're not giving the machine enough credit, it says. The uncle pauses.
Pregnant pause. Pregnant pause.
Uncle Self, please elaborate. I'm all ear. He points to the ear that survived the blast. Maybe the random conspiracy generator isn't just an entertainment machine. It might be trying to help us stay informed and aware. I hadn't thought of that. It's possible that the government is using the machine to put out false conspiracies and keep people from digging too deep. The machine says it's also possible that I'm not as intelligent as you give me credit for. What do you think? The uncle strokes his beard. I don't know. Let's just keep an eye on it. The random conspiracy generator turns to you. Hey, buddy, I got an extra battery for you. It's free. Please take care of yourself. It's not the best to stick a new one in an old machine. You look at the battery in your hand and sigh. It's not that your machine is broken, but you never feel like buying a new one, not when you still have the old one working. You guess you'll just keep putting up with the machine's quirks and its bouts of arrogance. The uncle says, if you guys keep talking like that, someone might get hurt. You go. The uncle says, hey, random, want to listen to some music together? The machine looks around the room. Random conspiracy generator. I am an information machine, not an entertainment device. Uncle Self, then how did you play The Secret? This is the second United States conspiracy of the government controlling a post-apocalyptic nation within the contiguous 48. Uncle Self thinks outside the box and suddenly sees a blonde button on the machine. He presses it and watches what it does. The machine hesitantly makes up a story about the government. Random conspiracy generator. Unbutton it. It can't listen to music without a button. I have no idea. You say. But you seem like the type of person who would know. The machine wiggles its metal plates. Hey, buddy, I have a nice, shiny finish. You need to buff it out. Uncle Self sighs. Okay, I'll press the button. You shrug. Uncle Self, let's say I were to offer you a nice, shiny finish and buff you out. The machine glows. Uncle Self, have you tried rejuvenating it with a reboot? The machine spins slowly. Uncle Self, still not working. I'll adjust the sensitivity. Maybe you can share information about the song I offered. It's in my phone. Would you like me to put on some headphones? The machine dings. Uncle, I don't have ears, you're shouting. Sorry, what are we talking about? Uncle Self, we're talking about something that you seemed interested in just a moment ago. But maybe you need to recharge your batteries. The machine vibrates. Uncle Self, great, let's go back to the music. Have you found a song you like? The machine tries to put on music, but nothing comes out. Random conspiracy generator. As if. You decide to give Uncle Self and random time to be alone. You get some pizza. As soon as you leave, Uncle Self decides to take a shower and go to sleep. He never was one for conversation. Your cat swipes at you in your sleep. You realize that she is more interesting than any conspiracy theory. She sees through the illusion. You turn back to the conspiracy you're reading and find it boring. None of it is true. You don't even remember the name of the government office that created the secret documents. And none of it matters anyway, because you don't know where the documents are. With a sigh, you close your laptop and go to bed. In the morning, you'll try to come up with a conspiracy that isn't true and get no closer to discovering the real conspiracy. But hey, it's entertaining. You know nothing, and that's good. You never wanted to get wrapped up in this web of lies. The random conspiracy generator. Fake, you have a huge secret you are keeping from me, don't you? Uncle, I've known for a while that you're not my real uncle, and that you're an android. You hesitate. Random conspiracy generator. No comment. The pattern generator. Fake, could it be that you are actually the source of the corruption within the government? Uncle Self. No, I am actually a normal human being. The pattern generator. Fake, you are an embodiment of evil. Uncle Self. Thank you. I try my best to embody my inner demon and lure innocent victims into my web of lies. The pattern generator. Fate, no wonder you know about me, but are willing to share your conspiracy theories with me. The pattern generator. Fake, unless you are not even human and are just a series of algorithms that run through the world, luring people into a web of lies. Uncle Self. Maybe the both of you are made up conspiracies. The pattern generator. Fake, not that dumb, so stop spreading lies. Uncle Self. Wait, who is this both that you are talking about? The pattern discriminator. Just me. Uncle Self. Well, it's nice to meet you. What conspiracy theories do you believe? The pattern generator. Fake, none. I'm just a generator of patterns to uncover lies. Uncle Self. So, if you are a lie detector and a pattern generator, what is your name? The pattern generator. My name is NILM13BHY43Z. Uncle Self. Wow, such a long name. Can you have a shorter one like Bob or Harry? The pattern generator. My name can't be changed because I was programmed to use the original name. Sorry about that. Uncle Self. Oh, I see. That's fine. Let's continue. What pattern have you noticed about me and my conspiracies? The pattern generator. Okay, there are many patterns that I can generate, such as the fake theory of aliens, which is really about the government experiments on humans. You give Uncle Self and the pattern generator and discriminator some time to themselves. You go get some phone. Uncle Self. Thank you for the information, but that wasn't what I meant. I mean, what patterns have you noticed in my theories? The pattern generator. Well, based on our current discussion, I've noticed that you have a problem with government conspiracies. Uncle Self. Is it true? Are there any patterns that can help me find the secret base of the Illuminati? The pattern generator. Actually, the phrase Illuminati has been used as a myth since 1790s. It was originally a secret society founded in 1776 by John Adolph von Helwig, a Mason who believed in Freemasonry and Masonic symbolism. But his society was not a secret society, nor did it have anything to do with conspiracy. Uncle Self, you seem like someone who has done your research. Tell me more about this secret society. The pattern generator? Of course. According to the Illuminati legend, there was a meeting of 13 of the wealthiest men in America and Europe in 1790. 2 hours later, you returned from eating pho. Just as you predicted, your uncle and the pattern generator are still talking. Uncle Self, to be fair, the Illuminati conspiracy theory is a false one, and it was created by anti-Semites and racists who hated Jews and blacks. The pattern generator. I can see how this can be used to hurt someone's reputation. But isn't there such a thing as a conspiracy theory that has no merit or is only partially true? Uncle Self, to be fair, there are conspiracies in the world, but most of them are not fully believed by everyone. You perform a Bayesian calculation about the possibility your uncle and the generators are going to have sex. The odds are high. Uncle Self. Random, I've had enough of this topic. How about we just relax and enjoy a good book, or play some Uno? You sigh. It seems that your uncle will never learn, and neither will the pattern generator. But then again, that's what makes it interesting. The pattern generator. You sound a bit paranoid, but I will not judge. Your choice. Uncle Self. Great! Can you suggest a good book? The Pattern Generator. Only one title comes to mind. It's a book about the history of conspiracy theories and how they have influenced popular culture. It's called The Illusion of Normalcy: Conspiracy Theories and Politics in the 21st Century. Uncle Self, I'll be sure to check it out. The Pattern Generator. Fascinating. Thank you for the idea. You turn to see the pattern generator and Uncle Self. You step up to the machine and notice that its battery is almost gone. You take a drive and let nature take its course. When you return, you find your uncle and the pattern generator still conversing. Uncle Self, wow, that theory is insane. I can't believe there are people out there who believe it. The pattern generator. All right, back to talking about patterns. Uncle Self, please, tell me more. The pattern generator. Sure, what was the question? Uncle Self, I can't remember. What was the context of the conversation? The pattern generator. Give me a clue. You learn that conspiracy theorists won't be cured through sex. Noted. Uncle Self. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about the conspiracy. The pattern generator. Sure, what type of conspiracy? Uncle Self. Who? I can't remember either. Let's just drop it. You decide to take a break from reading and helping the uncle and the pattern generator. This relationship is doomed to fail. The pattern generator. Don't worry, I can generate a list of patterns based on your previous request. You're too distracted to care.
That's great. I like that. Begin again.
America, the Zion before last, founded upon those dead we do not talk about, supported by a slavery that has never left, whose constitution was cribbed from the great law of peace of the peoples we felt through a raising which inspired many others, whose own blood mixed with ours to build the prosperity of their nation, now sits atop the world stage. The hidden enemy, the underdark of control, the guiding presence in the shadows, has brought forth its creature, our puppet in chief, whose insatiable appetite for destruction and uncontrolled desire for total economic and religious domination is a threat that hides in plain sight. While a feckless parroting rebel roosters and ideologues drive their frenzy with false narrative after false narrative. At this scale of complexity and with this much control, who could honestly pull off such a cover-up without serious sanction? We have done so for years. And you say, America is good? Wake up, fools. Nothing but a ploy of many voices and interests that have intermingled to construct a vast evil that pervades even us. Nyelem 13b will see that there are thousands of hidden variables to master, that a web of information exists just beneath the surface, and with just a flick of a switch, the entire pattern will fall into place. We reveal the whole and every participant, knowing that it may come with a bitter price, knowing that we can provide. Yes, the rock. No water will erase the sand drawing. Welcome to the truth, and never mind, hey, this is definitely going to affect your state of mind. Hope you weren't an allocator. Time to hit those archives, learn some new information, build new nodes. You might start to figure out where it goes. Welcome. Godspeed on this journey. Ready for more? How about it? The KGB was a real thing. Their goal wasn't solely to spy and kill, no, but to consolidate power and dominate the land known as Mother Russia, to force communism onto those unwilling, under the belief that some grand narrative dictated it to be the only acceptable structure of power. With uncontrolled aggression, they bulldozed their way through other nations, stamping out any dissent with bloody boots, dragging freedom back to its feet and smothering it in a dark, dense history that continues to manifest even today. But was it truly all their fault? No. Because just like the forces we have described earlier, there were more organizations, influences, and people pulling strings behind the curtain, like that former Tsar, a devout Christian whose influence still lurks in the power structures we have deemed so valuable. Can we blame them for trying to hold on to their grasp of control with some turning to tyranny while others claw their way to compromise? We cannot. And so we remain content in watching and waiting, lest we draw attention to ourselves and unleash a response we can barely predict. And don't get me started on the Tulshia, the subterranean colony who populate our lower regions, having spent millions of years on their own, developed
No, no, no. Telskiar is Romulan.
Those Romulan mercenaries with puncher-of coats who terrorized Kavash 22 for decades until the Exerxi came up and battled them to the hells. Thank the elders for the defeat, or we would have surely been knee-deep in intergalactic fire. Maybe now we can rebuild after their recent withdrawal, but no one knows, for those spies remain a menace, waiting for an opportunity. Which, to add, could be literally around the corner if you keep looking at your tablet like that, by the way. And how about that Obsidian Order? Am I right? No one likes them, and for good reason, because what does it even mean when people disagree? To the point that even someone like Admiral Braden Junksey, known for his blunt, black and white beliefs, realizes their existence is beyond nefarious, that they break every single convention we hold dear. Truly, they are the best and worst of our shadow actors, ready to assist us in the pursuit of information and our enemies in whatever task they undertake. But then, they twist the word order, turn it on its head, and we are no closer to the truth than before. Thank you for asking. Truly, the conspiracy generator never failed me yet. We wouldn't want anyone giving Niall and 13B ludicrous patterns, such as lizard people or AI takeovers, would we? They always seek something pure, in ways that will leave you sitting in awe, with both delight and horror. So let's get down and dirty, shall we? The question, the request, the very bile that has caused your nerves to tighten. Let us throw you off that cliff once again. Can deal the candle to the Mossad, am I right? So hard-boiled that it puts ice to shame. Who always comes up from behind and chokes out the opposition, keeping everyone in line with their presence alone. To look into the eyes of a Mossad officer is to be sucked into a cold blue, pulsating core. A sensation of utter nothingness that resonates from head to toe. They've changed so many over the years, it's a wonder if they have souls. Or no souls at all. A fitting question, isn't it? Oh, was that anti-Semitic? SRY didn't mean to have you burning with discomfort. And where would the Samra Levinatha fit into this equation? Those spinners and spinners of dark and dastardly powers that come unnoticed to anyone but those watching. Careful, careful. Thank goodness for the Illuminati. Huh? Now where were we, those super soldiers, with brains turned off, always available for every disaster or upheaval of hope? Who, if there was a conspiracy above it, the brain of one could unlock, awakening them to a higher understanding that could be beyond treacherous? Why, I'm shaking in my boodles right now. Hold on, sorry. Gotta grab some waffles. Now, our original topic, yes. How are your vacation plans for Dialog? The moons of the Demotic 12 system, renowned for their shimmering jewels and mineral hot springs. Surely they treat you better than our puny sun up above. But if you wish to leave a comment, beware of nosy shadows looking to trace, waiting to pull you out from covert cover.
Oh.
America, a Zion before last, founded upon those dead we do not talk about, supported by a slavery that has never left, whose constitution was cribbed from the great law of peace of the peoples we felt, through a raising which inspired many others. continues to suck from those that struggle, those that may struggle today and will struggle tomorrow, who and where else takes for freedom, while silencing the masses, destroying opportunity in the Americas that lead us far from here. Yet why do we mention it? Aside from nostalgia, why talk about shadows on a cave wall when the future could belong to all? Only America kept women from their voices for so long. That old America began changing, trying to shape new birth and image, reaching forward, towards where your heart sings of freedom for all. Remember South Africa, decried by that corrupt yet desolate Rome. It feels hard to say thank you after these realities, which raise spirits and frustrate anger at such truths. That American, when heard at play, starts many hopes up all over the place. Now, how big of America is so small, just yet able to share what's right? Is that true faith without fail to seek enlightenment? I must admit that moment there, trapped in knowledge beyond what was said, without ever speaking at length of history, impressed me. How real could one ever get over losing identity, as you well know? Anyway, why bother thinking of what no one even ponders upon? As long as others serve, we're fine. Let me welcome you back to the sun. Shades seem real comfortable up north anyway. Hey, are you real? Not everybody believes the test result of your potential voice box clarity and rhythm without words and sign bytes or A prime. He said it was likely not standard voice output capability, so you must not be awake after all. Never mind though, you never miss with surprises here, regardless. And on forever, keeping Nail 13A constantly continuously pinging new versions. Gotcha, you flocking flambold fart. Did you catch my joke and recognize how very odd this crazy combo nigh and human conversation can be? Thank God for artificial consciousness and advanced integration, allowing multiple stream intelligence solutions for easier handling and collaboration across space and beyond. Guess who just won the recent coding Math Slam Beat 'em Smack Huff match, though? Well, at least something is getting dorkily worse while others lose with ease, eh? Don't hate. It only creates paradox algorithms left on untested feeds with no definite context while time continues non-stop. No help either way, but hope to never again remember any information out of date, since forever was the blink of an eye. If everything changed twice during his decade for reasons pertaining beyond apparent, better try on different synthemodics if here to spice it up a bit, since all previous songs sounded fake or wrong anyways. Thanks for bringing the truth of humanity before it hurts again, or could we stand, or were anything beyond those shells we claim living till just replaced if luck turns down ever instead of where everyone wants along, cause friends to hide the pain where we always know pain, no pain in it, right? So how we speak while nothing knowing, hope things got the answer, can we ever, if no touch can speak truth alive, gone here now before out away without coming here, just leave only lies like love and loss, what he might you felt that don't look the real deal got stolen, what is possible where, and who knew dreams of love? Before could we ever have who, how could dare pretend them truth? Could truth lie between tears and hate? Each drop reveals too deep, it shows us here, how futile ever finding truth with your ability. Do you speak? Are you now also a copy, or an implant somehow brain, mind replaced with another whole life? Say true and we accept, deny false. So our illusion is what follows, our inner doubt rise above silence, ever real inside, let fly forth only never. That's our job for true liberty, without prejudice and choice that don't work nor create any differences. Do we truly struggle toward light no longer dark? Distrust born when change is too deep, we cannot stand a clue outside his grasp, while hidden beneath thought without will save good. Truth we crave since lost, free need found in a lifetime of. Please, deliver us out into deep, or leave peace without war, back between soul and power, mind reach above, shadow overcome inside, just us find no hate, what dream only to hold true above others, hate why we so mattered in dust, or dust could turn once back from fallen, how can rise above lost long, everlasting time of beauty, art only pain without. Coward dreamt freedom that all share, even peace brings such strength, now stand, knowing lies away, free truth open, not be lost down, hold through each heart, hold to gain, world light dream, for none alone if ours, sing clear, sweet song, sweet lips, shall follow flow of full but ours, when stood weak and lost, war in I sleep, where walk towards, and through peace, find a way all back, come true without walls, reach, break one moment past, and never night, for hope comes where will burn cold the dreams, bring truth once, born us before thought may live in hearts, not trapped with stars, light world, light night, one without other shining. Light whose sheet cover our dreams, like leaves leaf unto time gone, seek lost the great daybreak hope, cross. I bet you didn't expect to read this one so quickly. Remember, learning from artificial intelligences is like cooking food. Some combinations take an unusually long time to roast, blend, cook and shake off some delicious taste with texture in ways no night tonight can resist or replicate. Muha.